Natalie Swanston Fuller, Simon Fuller, the creator of American Idol's X, and she has real money. And Kathy feels, my job and Jennifer Tilly's job as friends of, I take it very serious. My name is Kathy Hilton. I work, Paris works, Nikki works. We're a family that works, and I love the Hiltons. I love the Kardashians, but Kathy feels, you're not taking your job seriously, Natalie. Let me tell you something you're a friend of. Know your place. We show up, we laugh. I am lighthearted. Now, a couple seasons ago, this woman, Lisa Rinna, she accused me of doing some things in a Sprinter van, and EJ had an opinion, but we voted Rinna right off the island, and EJ kept her job, so she knows to shut the hell up. So even though that happened, though, my job as a friend of is to be light, bright, dip in, listen to the drama, insert yourself in the drama a little bit, lighten it up, and just let the ladies have their moment and dip out. That is what I do. That is what Miss Tilly does. Even when Miss Tilly gets upset and walks away and says, that's why Garcelle dropped you and left you as a friend, Sutton, because it's always about you. Even that, it's light and bright. We say it, we move on. But apparently, this Natalie Swanston Fuller thought she was a real full-time housewife, and Miss Hilton, the rumor is that's who she's talking to. Read the room and know your place. You are a friend of. A friend of shall never try to speak out against a housewife. Shame, shame, Natalie Fuller. I am Miss Hilton. I'm not going against Kathy Hilton. Let me tell you guys that. And I ain't going against the Kardashians. And you know I love my Miss Paris. So bow down to all. So that's apparently what to expect this season. It's going to be a good season. I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. And finally, the rat that's goodies. Miss, did Tamra just threaten to sue Gretchen? Oh, apparently also, Rachel Zoe is rude as fuck. Who at BravoCon, Stephanie from Miami. They asked her about who was rude to her, and she said Rachel Zoe, I guess, is handing out gifts at BravoCon, walking around and giving gifts to the other housewives. So I don't know. These people are all crazy. But Stephanie was such a fan of Rachel's back in the day. I die bananas. That's just so stupid pretty. That she went up to Rachel, and Rachel could give two shits about Stephanie. Well, let me tell you something, Rachel. Stephanie has more money than you'll probably ever have. Stephanie is in that category. Okay, girl, she's right there with Tilly and with Sutton. She's got a lot of fucking money, this Stephanie. So she ain't going nowhere. But Stephanie said Rachel Zoe could give two shits about me. And Larsa, oh, Miss Pippin, said, yeah, I heard a lot of people this weekend had problems with Rachel Zoe. I got to be honest with you. I was at the Crosby Street Hotel. Did I ever tell this story one night? Having a drink. I mean, this is a long time ago. This is during Rachel's first reign on Bravo. And I am sitting there having a drink at the Crosby Street Hotel. And sitting next to me is Rachel and Roger in like a group. And Miss Zoe got up to go outside and just have a cigarette. And I'm like, I die bananas. This is when I used to get excited about all these people on Bravo. And I went outside and I asked Miss Zoe for a picture, and she said, I don't do pictures. And she walked away. It's like I'm clearly sitting at the same expensive dinner as you are, bitch. You saw me walk outside. I'm not like some random person, even if I was some random person who's like walking by or, sleeping in the streets for that night. Shouldn't you be nice to everybody? She was rude to me. Well, it's not about me. Stephanie and Larsa said she was very rude. And Larsa said everyone this weekend is saying she's rude. Well, she was rude to me in person at the Crosby Street Hotel about a decade ago. So I can attest to that. Finally, did Tamra just threaten to sue Gretchen? Well, Tamra was on JLL. Oh, and we got a lot to say about JLL, okay? Because he spoke out about Kelly Dodd. We'll have to speak about that another day. But Jeff said to Tamra, you know, are you going to sue Gretchen? And she said, stay tuned in the most serious voice possible. Sounds like she just threatened to sue Gretchen. Well, let me tell you guys something. Saying that Child died at Gimbalino's trampoline park, and then having Gimbalino's trampoline park decline in business and ultimately close, and you say that along with Shannon and Heather McDonald, that is a lawsuit. You have just made a definitive statement against someone's business. Somebody died on Jim Bellino's property. That is what they said. That is what you get sued for because it is not true. That is defamation. Saying that Tamra Judge, when Slade and Gretchen say, Tamra, you are the source of the leak, because this is what JLL was talking about, Mr. Lewis. Are you going to sue Gretchen for saying that, accusing you of being leaking stories to bloggers? And Tamra says, stay tuned. Very seriously, I think she just threatened to sue Gretchen. There is no case there of defamation. That is not the same as saying someone died on someone's property and it not being true. And then, therefore, they suffered damages to their business because no one goes to the damn trampoline park anymore. Yeah, that's a case. Saying that you are the source and you're leaking things to bloggers, that is also not, there's no lawsuit there. That is not defamation. I say Kelly Dodd threatened her daughter, Jolie. We all listened to the voicemail. The word threatened, it could be interpreted many ways. Something is we have to state a fact against someone's business. That is a great case for defamation. So you're not suing Gretchen Rossi for saying that you're leaking shit to bloggers, okay? Emily Simpson is not suing anybody because she's caught in the DMs and she says she leaks stuff to bloggers. And can you please trash? These are not lawsuits. If you want to say Melissa Sprinkle cookies suck and she's not really making $1 million a year like she claims in the sprinkle cookie business, that is also not defamation. If you say that you took a bite of Melissa's sprinkle cookie and you got poisoned and you ended up in the hospital and therefore don't buy her sprinkle cookies because you took a bite of one and you got poisoned and you almost died. I still don't think Melissa's going to sue you for that, but now the sales go down because of that, and there's headlines that Melissa's sprinkle cookies poison people, and it's all from something you claim. We're getting into a grayer area now. But Tamara Judge, who has the PTSD of being sued herself by Jim Bellino, is not going to sue Gretchen. So, little girl, sit down. I'm not calling you stupid the way Kelly Dodd said to her daughter, you're a stupid little girl. But sit down, Tamra, the rat. That scurries. You ain't suing anyone, okay? And Tamra did have a funny point. She's like, the argument is that I leak stuff to bloggers. That's what they're saying. Because therefore, I leak stuff to bloggers and therefore they're nice to me. That's what Shannon's saying. I leak stuff to them because then they'll be nice to me. Tamara says, what fucking bloggers are nice to me? There's only about 3 of them and they have 200 followers total. She's got a funny point. Hey, I was nice to you until you decided to hate me for some reason. Then I called you the rat that scurries. Now you should hate me. Guys, it's just an episode here. What the fuck day is today? Today is Friday. Oh, you know what? We'll have another episode. You know what? I'm just looking at the calendar here. We might do another episode this afternoon. There's so much going on. Oh God, I got a lot going on. I love you all. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode and there's more coming soon. Bye.